guys, to get started, all you're going to need is replacement inner tube, tire lever, and some method to re-inflate your tires. Okay, now that we got our supplies, we're going to remove the tire from the rim. Alright, so we want to go all the way around the rim, and we want to push the tire towards the center of that rim channel. What we're doing is we're breaking the bead. As we break the bead, that's going to make the tire much easier for us to remove it from the rim. Alright, so now that I got the bead pushed into the center channel, I'm going to take my tire lever and I'm going to insert it between the tire and the rim. I'm going to hook up under that bead and then I'm going to pry it over. Now that I got my tire lever in there, I'm going to work my way around the rim. Okay, so now we're going to work on getting that second bead off of there. Okay, now that we've removed the tire from the rim, we're going to take a mental note of where the valve lines up on the tire. You can use markings that are already on the tire, or you can improvise a way to mark it yourself. So we're going to now remove the inner tube from the tire. We're going to keep it facing the same direction, try to maintain orientation. I'm going to take the track pump and I'm going to air up the punctured inner tube in order to find the leak. This was a very easy one to find. You can hear the air missing right out of it. So now I want to take note of where that is. You can either make this hole bigger so it's easier to find, or use some method to mark it. Alright, so now that I know where the puncture is in the inner tube, I'm going to take it, I'm going to put the valve back in the same spot it was before. I'm going to push it back into the tire. There's my hole there. So I want to keep in mind where that hole's at as I push it back into the tire. Okay, now that we have found out where the leak is on the inner tube, and we've stuffed the inner tube back into the tire, we're gonna see where that leak lines up with on the tire. So here I'm looking in the general area. Now I'm gonna inspect the carcass of the tire to make sure that nothing remains in it. So I'm still gonna inspect the whole thing just to be sure, but now that I have a real good idea of where the cause is located on the tire, I'm gonna pay extra attention to that area. Now that I have determined that there's nothing remaining in the tire that's going to puncture the new inner tube when I reinstall it, we can begin to mount the tire back onto the rim. I like to line the logo up with the valve hole on the rim. So now you're just going to put that other bead, just one of the beads, not both, onto the rim. Okay, now that I have one bead installed on the rim and the logo lined up with the valve, I'm going to take my new inner tube and give it a partial inflation. Just enough so it takes shape. I'm going to insert the valve into the valve hole on the rim. And then we're going to stuff that tire stuff the inner tube into the tire all the way around. Alright, now that I have the inner tube inserted into the tire and I have one bead around the rim, I'm going to start working on putting that second bead into the rim. I like to start opposite the valve and then work my way up to that 12 o'clock position. What that does is, if you end up getting to your 12 o'clock position and you have a little bit of inner tube poking out between the rim and the tire, you can then push up on the valve, and that'll help put it back into the tire and relieve that pinching. Alright, I'm going to show you guys another trick. So when you get to the 12 o'clock position and you got this going on, sometimes this last portion can be very difficult to pop over the bead. A lot of people just keep pushing at it on the underside with their thumbs, and they keep trying to pop it over, and this method doesn't give you as much force as if you were to use the palm of your hand. So I'm going to take the bead and I'm going to put it in this portion of my hand here, like this, and then I'm going to roll it over the top. You're going to get a lot more force doing this than you would just using your thumb by itself. It's a good idea as you're inflating the tire to watch it and make sure that the beads seat into place and not pop back over the rim. Alright guys, I hope this video has helped you repair your own flats. And if not, bring it on up and I can take care of them for you. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a good day, guys.